Yeah, big welcome to you, my dear Pisces, and a big welcome to all the other zodiac signs that felt like looking into this reading as well. The sun has moved into Taurus, and Taurus is the earth, the institutions. Taurus is fixed. Taurus is the religion. Taurus has brought to the people at least a consciousness to not kill someone just for a piece of bread. Taurus has created a group, a tribe. There's 3 people now. There's someone teaching, there's someone sitting here, and there's someone sharing. He's the high priest, and he's sitting on his throne between his 2 pillars. In the yoga position, I decided to make out of him a movement and 2 pillars as well, with these stands that he stands on. Back then you would, and still today, you can stand on a stool or on a chair and proclaim what you know, or share your message. And I decided to make it a movement, a 3 movement, because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 stages, body, mind, and spirit. So we go inhale up into the high mountain, exhale we bow down with the namaste and bow down to the earth. The arrow that goes up is that effort to go up, to understand the spiritual message, and the yellow arrow with the information in it is coming down by itself, and we just need to be ready for it. The pentagram, Taurus, the elephant, the messages that I picked out of all the other old cards, and trying to change this energy into something that's a movement. Then you, the sun, is giving you a little bit of light, because we're going to the new moon, which is on Saturdays, new moon in Taurus, and you are here looking at the moon. You are this mysterious thing up in the sky. You are the path of evolution, the coming out of the water, going this path up, we don't know where, past things that we know, into the unknown. The wolf and the dog, the evolution, going further, and now you up there showing us the left side, the intuitive side, and that's what this card is saying. So of course with you I did fish pose, I did down dog, up dog. This is the wolf, this is the dog that has evolved, and the down dog is looking into this dimension. He feels there's another dimension, but he doesn't know. And at the same time, that's why there is an oxymoron. And the up dog, he is looking into the past. I mean, he's facing the past, but he's looking up and going into the future. He looks out into these other dimensions. He is ready to move. And I switched it because the big age is when we go from Aquarius into Aries, but the movement is going backwards, the big movement, right? So here is Aries, Pisces, Aquarius. So the dog is looking into the age of Aquarius, into the age of change, in the age of that is coming now. You are the Knight of Cups. You walk the talk, you search for the love, you go forward, and the date here is February 8th and March 11th. So this is when it comes up. I didn't pick them, I just choose them to explain where the sun is, where the moon is, and what is your court card. If your birthday is before or after, just look in the description below. So the path of love, you are the divine love, and Taurus is the value. Taurus gives us an understanding that certain institutions have been created, but now they are able to transform because we're going into the age of Aquarius. So after Pisces comes Aquarius, but in a reverse way. Good. So I have the past, the first row, the second row is the present, the third row is the future. And the past, I go very, very far back as 1888, and Oswald Wirth, part of a secret brotherhood, as is Arthur Wade, so the Rider Waite, and also Aleister Crowley. So that's how I begin. Here I only have the 22 major arcanas, and I pick a card. I count the 18th card because you are the 18th major arcana. So I pick a card, and it's the number 11. Now, this is very interesting because Aleister Crowley did the same. They changed the strength card, which is usually the 8th card, into the 11th. And for me personally, it doesn't work. So there's a message from me already. Work with it. Whatever there is, accept that people see it in a different perspective. The 11 is for me Libra, justice, because it's just the succession of the month. 8 is Leo, and there is a lion. So I'm challenged to see this card and to accept that the strength comes also by being just, by being honest. And for you, this is the overall theme of the reading today. The 8, like a hat above her head, and one hand at her mouth and the other one at the top of the mouth, opening this beast and allowing the union between this sensitive woman and the Leo to take place. So she is either the High Priestess or she is the Empress. Because we have white and blue, the High Priestess wears blue and the Empress wears white, and she has the red coat. This is the beginning. So then comes Rider Waite. The same card came out again, but reversed. And as you can see now, you see the difference. And look who's here. So now we have this one where the force is 11 and this one the force is 8. You see? So the message is very clear for me. Allow this challenge to take place, work with it, and don't go against it. Now it came upside down, so something is speaking to us with the world and with the Empress, the number 3. Find a new strength, find a new awareness, no matter the circumstances, no matter what you thought was real or true. Something will come and say, no, it's like this. And the native Indian always say when the card is reverse, it's speaking about it's not there yet. So I'm learning to accept that the world, because now she's looking back at her, and a cycle has closed and a new beginning with the 3 is beginning, she then can say, yeah, I am beginning new, but it's not there yet. Something in your past is speaking to you. Yeah, you gotta look deeper. You gotta learn more. You gotta become again the Empress. To learn the tribe, the 3, through Taurus, through a movement, through this energy. Okay, Aleister Crowley. So that was 1920. Aleister Crowley, 1969. The first 2, the Hanged Man and the Magician. I mean, right at the beginning you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana, and there are more coming. So the Hanged Man is the pre-stage of death of Scorpio, is that I let go and hanging off the Ankh. The Ankh is the key to understanding the knowledge, and then you come up as the Magician, as that I am manifesting, I am creating, I am challenging myself again and again. That's what you do. You like to search, you like to continue the path, because then comes the hope, then comes the Age of Aquarius. You are walking into the Age of Aquarius. You are ready. The church is not ready. The church is holding on. Taurus is holding on. Taurus was before the Age of Aries. Then comes Pisces. And now comes the Age of Aquarius. So you are manifesting, you are creating this new age, and then comes immediately the King of Cups, or the Prince of Cups, which has to become a king. So you are understanding that letting go into the ocean of love, into emotional availability, is scary, but is the only path, because you have moved from a knight into a king, or like a prince, like they say. Aleister Crowley calls the king prince. He's not the king. You have to work for it. Hermann Handel is the next step. I only use really the important cards that really marked the tarot, and Hermann Handel is one of them. And these old cards are only in German, so I have to order them in English. Hermann Handel has the Fool and the High Priestess. I mean, it's just crazy. Your past is paved with major steps that you have taken. And if I count this card in, though it's only major arcana that I'm picking here, then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, you have 9 major arcanas. And the new beginning is now saying, yes, become the High Priestess, become the pendant to the High Priest, become the feminine aspect, because you have here the Empress, and you have the strength to be this powerful female, even though she also comes up upside down, even though the world is also upside down. Nevertheless, there's a cycle that has closed, and that you may be letting go of how things should be. Don't be too specific. Allow others to have an opinion as well. So the new beginning, the Fool, is stepping right away into the High Priestess. And for me, the message is like, I'm stepping into the High Priestess. I am now in the slowly getting into the 3rd year. I begin with the Fool, then you become the Magician, but it takes a year to be the Fool. So the Magician is then 1, but it takes a year, and now I'm in the 2, but I'm in the 3rd year. And I mean, it's, you know, that's my message here already. Maybe for you as well. Maybe you also learning now to understand that you are growing further and further in the way you do things, right? Your task, your work. Then I have the Native Indian cards, the Medicine Woman Tarot, and here you got the 8 of Arrow and the 9 of Cups, or bowl. And they don't make cups, they make bowls. The 8 of Arrows saying, yes, if I don't count this, because they're only major arcana, so of course this is kind of, let's put this one out. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 major arcana on the table, on your past, and you have 8 arrows, meaning you have that power behind you. It's saying stay connected with the path that you're taking, because you have 8 arrows of major arcanas behind you, so that you can move forward into the 9, 8, 9. And the 9 of Cups is Jupiter in Pisces, is the moving to the spiritual family. And this is Jupiter in Gemini, which is coming now after, right? We're moving into the Gemini energy after Taurus. The Sun is then, or we are moving in such a way that we see behind the Sun the constellation of Gemini. So you have the message that things are always shifting and changing. You have the message that Jupiter in Gemini is saying stay connected with your path always, no matter what's happening. And here you go forward and find your spiritual family, the people that have been in your life, the people that accept you for who you are, the people that are loving you, okay? And so all that is behind you, and now you're moving forward. You're moving forward knowing what power lies behind you. And in your last reading you had, when the Sun was in Aries, you had ending a life cycle, you're ready to drop like a child into all possibilities. And you did, right? Because you got again the Fool. So you ended a life cycle, and you keep ending a life cycle, and you keep changing directions that you are realizing are now working better for you, because you're constantly changing, you're constantly evolving. So here you are moving forward, and now we go into the future. And the next card that came is this one. So all the cards are the way they published in the year. I put them together, and like that I create a path out of oracles and tarot cards. So here you have now the freedom, the wings, in not only in your head, not only in your feet, but also you growing wings, and you have that bird that is giving you the power, because this is the number 22, and 22 is a portal. Now you have here an 11 portal, right? Even though there is the 8 in there. So you have an 11 portal, 11, 22. So there is a succession, there is something speaking to you. And you even have another one here. And the High Priestess, which is a 2, but in Hermann Handel it looks like an 11, which is a 2, right? So there is again this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 connected with this 5, with the message that's coming down. A powerful message is coming down so that you can bow down and make a movement here on this planet. A movement of freedom, a movement of let's do it together. Even you, the age of Pisces, is saying let's move into the age of Aquarius. This is a powerful time to make that happen. Then comes the Eight of Fire, the Eight of Wands. You had the Eight of Arrow. You had these 8 powerful mental energies. Now you even get the 8 of actions. That's why you can act. That's why you can now move forward in the present moment and make things happen. Make things happen where even temptation is not blocking you. Temptation is just part of the game. You know, it's the number 6, which is the devil, which is just Capricorn, right? Which comes after the age of Aquarius, comes the age of Capricorn. I mean, we think we're going into the age of Aquarius for the next 2,000 years, but then comes the age of this. So just look at it, see what's happening, and know that you have the power, the 5 of fire, the competition, the understanding that things are constantly shifting and changing and bringing an information to you, a powerful information to you through the 5, through this Hierophant, through this movement, through accepting the real freedom that you are now stepping into, past all these things that are here holding you back, money and love and all these things. You know what you have behind you, and sometimes you get a little distracted, sometimes you get a little stuck in the physical, but the action around is saying 8 and 5 is 13. There's 13 again, the 13, which is Death, Scorpio, which is the King, which is the King of Cups, which is then, of course, also connected here with the 12, the step before, and this is another 3 when I count it together, right? So the Empress has a 3, then comes here, the World has a 3, so it's 3. Let me put this down for a moment, because, I mean, it's just like it's coming. It's coming. And a 3, 3, 3, 3. All right? So, wow, I mean, your message is strong, very powerful. 3, 3, 3. And 1, 1, 1, 1, 5 times 1. 8, 8. 22. And of course, the freedom to be now the High Priestess. 2, 2, 2. 3 times 2, right? If I make it a 2. I mean, it's just speaking and speaking. And then comes the Staff. Then comes the 6. Then, 5, 6. In the next month, you have the Wand. You have that 6 that's saying, I am able to overcome these kind of things, these kind of challenges. It's part of the game of life. And the Staff comes and speaks to you and says, yeah, go through your spine, go into the 3rd eye, because that's what Capricorn does, dancing through the spine up into the 3rd eye. Go into your horns, go into your hair, go into the intuition, go into the 3rd eye. And then comes the animal, the octopus and the elk. And the octopus is again the 8. So there's 8 major arcanas in your past, and there is 8 arms in the octo. Octo means 8. And that's a water sign. reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. When in balance, interested, engaged, and intelligent. So it says that you have to create healthy boundaries, but sometimes it happens in messy relationships that you don't know where your boundary is. And the octopus sometimes gets too much entangled in other people's lives. Now, very important that if you feel in a relationship that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play. So begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change for you. Then comes an earth sign, the elk. And the elk is saying stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. And when in balance, supportive, kind, and consistent. So it's speaking to you that you have to create a boundary, and the elk is coming and is literally creating it. And the elk is kind of connecting to Capricorn because this is the goat. He has also horns, and this is exactly the staff. This is the staff of the shaman that is going into the third eye, is going up, and you are learning that. You are learning that. Meanwhile, you learn also to be free, because in the German this is not called like a bird, this is called freedom. So of course a bird is free, right? Like a bird, be like a bird. And you always maybe have been like a bird, and now you're learning to ground yourself. You're learning to also understand the octopus, understand that you have those 8 major arcanas in your past. They're lying up there, okay? And then comes of course the number 6, and it's challenging you, but this is part of life. And then the last 3 in the present is that you are successfully throwing up the wand, and through the young generation learning that the Knight of Swords, the Gemini that is coming after Taurus, right? The sun goes into Gemini. Then you also learn to see that in your mind you're going from the 8 of arrows down to the 5 of arrows, which is connected then with Taurus again, 5-5, right? So you have 5, let's see, nope, yeah, here, 5, I knew it. Sometimes I'm like, where? So much going on. So the 5 of Taurus, the Hierophant, the 5 here, and the 5 here. So you're learning to navigate this competition, this kind of like, you know, life is about, well, sometimes there are people who challenge us, and that's what it is, but sometimes they maybe challenge us a little too much. And you learn that. You learn the boundary. You learn to understand who you really are, understand that you're headstrong, and then you can move forward, and then you can say, okay, I'm going to learn that in the next month. I'm going to learn, and that's already the message for the future is coming, which is now here, this card. Remember, here, like a bird, then you fly. In the future, then you fly, and the card is the number 33, 22, 33. Look at this. It's crazy. I mean, this is really a cool reading. Perfectionism. Be content to know perfection as a distant utopian goal to which we journey but never arrive. Yeah, and understand, yes, this is part of it. We're learning here in this messy earth dimension, earth, and you with your emotions, with your feelings, and you're like, oh my God, I want to be free. I want to fly, I want to go. And then you come down and it's slow. Another major arcana. So this is Cancer, and this is the opposite of Capricorn. Capricorn is December, and here we have summer solstice, winter solstice, summer solstice. So there is a very cool message coming to you saying, yes, in summer things are gonna go slow down. You will be able to be okay with what's happening right now, because even though you're flying and you're slowly moving forward into the summer, into a true love, into the Ace of Cups, the cup that you're searching. Here, you will hold it, you will be it, you will liberate it, it will fly like this bird, it will come and be slowly here in your consciousness. Slowly but steadily, you have your own house, you don't need no one, you have your own love, you have your freedom, you don't need no one, you don't need really this. Just remember, you don't need this. Because then comes the leg, the number 31, the 4. You, when you liberate that, you at the edge, then you let yourself fall into the lake, fall into the deep ocean like the Hanged Man, fall and drop like here the King of Cups, like a Scorpio, like the High Priestess. She is the water. Falling, dropping into the lake of all possibilities, into the depth of love, because the Empress is coming again. Empress has been. You are the Empress. You are powerful. So now we have 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, I need more fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 times the 3. You can and know how to take on this challenge. You know how to take on this challenge because you are free. You've always been free, you will always be free, and you will come up again. And now comes then the 7 emotions. The ray out of your heart is bringing you more options, more of what all the emotions are bringing us, more emotions in the understanding. 9 emotions and 7 emotions are 16 emotions. 9 and 7 are 16, and 16 is the 7. 16 is the success. 16 is the 7 that says, I want to be. I want to be. I just want to be who I am now. And you are, because then comes the 8. The 8 of materials is Sun in Virgo. So maybe after the summer, when then the Virgo comes, which is opposite of you. Sun in Virgo is opposite of Pisces. Then you learn to be truly you, and you learn to understand that your craft and your work is something special, that you are the Empress, you always have been the Empress. And the 7 of emotions is, yes, illusion, but you understand that you're working further and deeper on yourself. And then comes the 48, and counted together is the 12, and the 12 is a 3. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 threes. The crown chakra opens up. You see the sky dancer. You surrender. Look at this. You letting yourself be open up. Look at this. You are. Oh my God. I mean, this reading is crazy. This reading is really crazy. Never seen anything like this. Wow. I mean, for me, it's becoming, I have to say, it's becoming really, really powerful to do these readings, and the messages that I get personally and that I'm able to give to you is really mind-blowing. So here is liberation from attachment and surrender. When a sky dancer appears, she's inviting you to welcome the deepest power of the feminine into your life. Yeah, the Empress. I'm gonna put them around you because it's really... You have already overanalyzed your situation to exhaustion. Now is the time to invite the sacred feminine, the wisdom within your heart. No matter your gender, to guide you to success. If you have become earthbound, plotting and planning and praying for change, cease and desist. Break the habit of being yourself, of repeating the same behavior and hoping for a different outcome. Stop trying to figure it all out and stop overthinking it. Surrender. The sky dancers are heralding the arrival of a new relationship with yourself, which is then Gemini, Sun in Gemini, in your work or in your love life. Do not assume that this person or opportunity will rescue you. The only way to liberation is to kiss the ground goodbye and take flight, to rise above the fray and the drama of the struggling, arguing mind. Dance in the sky and view the madness below. By simply witnessing the actors and the human comedy unfolding on the ground, you are transforming it. As you observe the drama, you unleash the power of the sacred feminine that allows for resolution. The sky dancers know the maps of heaven and the way to the holiest and most sacred spaces on earth. They come to help you with your current life, and even more important, to guide you to the realization of your own divinity. Wow. Yeah. Look down. Look at this. She's sleeping, the dancer. But she's coming and waking you up again. She's saying, here is this cute little, you. Liberation is coming. Freedom is coming from things that don't make sense. From things that, it's saying, yeah, don't allow this, the 8 of errors, right? Allow to be connected with your path. Stay connected with your path. And go to Gemini. We're going to Gemini. Be free. Fly. And see this utopian goal as something that you never arrive. So you have this 3. You have 7 times the 3. You have the world upside down. Before it was upside down, and it will always be upside down. Because you also have this. I mean, it's crazy. You see this? You have this. Upside down, upside down. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times the 3. What do you want? It's time to be. It's time to act. It's time to let go. It's time to fly. It's time to fly again. My dear Empress, my dear Pisces, see the power within you and just move forward. I hope I see you in the next reading, because you know what's coming. I don't need to say much more. I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.